Hello boys, I'm Orca and I bring you another high level Halo Wars commentary on this channel. Surprisingly I was streaming and surprisingly we had one of the coolest games so far on the channel. I hope you guys enjoy it. So you guys see my perspective playing with Arrogance and Muffin. Arrogance is the Prophet, Muffin is the Forge, and I am a Prophet as well. And we playing versus Tanky, Gauss only I guess, and Sangre at Sticker Max. The game really is a banger. And you guys will see why. So I'm going Prophet, 10% second on offense. No, 10% second on offense, but not upgrading. Those guys have two armies on their team, and I was expecting a cheese versus me because I love to do it as well. And when you love to do it as well, you might have been punished for it in the future. So I say no, I'm getting silver and I'm not gonna be punished for all my bad habits in the past. This is why I have silver now. And to be honest, versus triple carry, it is not necessary that you need to upgrade the Prophet. That's slightly my opinion. In my opinion, you only necessarily that you need to upgrade the Prophet when you play. When an army is playing defense on the Prophet, but the question is, will they play defense on me? I was not expecting that they're gonna play defense on me because they're gonna hit my base. Anyways, so this is the reason why I don't want to use 400 for a little bit more DPS and health. And going for the full DPS means owner guards and trying to strip Sunray's base. So far I only have 2 pads up, but the owner guards are scaling pretty well on the building damage. Means they are still alive and they do constantly damage. It's not like the suicide run. Do a big damage and then it disappears. So in the later stage, my prophet and his owner guard friends are gonna be a big problem. And Sangre is on 2 pads, but one of them is heavy. I guess they pushed my teammate off. And this is the reason why the other armies can play defense on me. I recycle my template that I can deny Sangre's pad and try not let me getting killed by the suicide run. Because this is dangerous for me, the suicide runs, but the good thing is the Prophet almost has the same speed as the suicide run, which indeed means you can beam them down quickly enough. So, Sangre, almost on the same things I am, and those guys were triple pushing me, and we are split double pushing on 2 different bases. And I assume that my teammate also at least did a little bit of damage. I mean, an RB plays defense on him, it's quite complicated. But at least he did his job and told the RB away from me. Yeah, because I told you guys, the DPS problem is the owner guards. And this is why I can go into red space. First I take a big scout off that they are going raid. And I try to pull out more pressure and killing another blessed warehouse. And also a good thing is that I want to kill the army really badly think I did like 33% damage on him, but also I really think it would have been a better idea if I would have focused on the pad. It's not necessary that it matters, but because I already killed the pad, so the mission was done on that. So Muffin after going Marines, we will the follow-up push from Muffin, and I told him I'm gonna pull my ghost over there so he can drop the Marines in. And important might have been the air guy, because so far we don't have vamps on the field, which means a better target. A better target would be the yellow base to drop the Marines in, but the yellow base is quite complicated to drop in right now. This is why I have my ghost over there. It's also the most expected way to do it, but it's the most efficient way to do it. And what Ghost only is doing right now is obviously not a big move, no offense to him, but losing those 3 raids was kind of bit a bad move. Someone was trash talking on that move on him for about like 10 minutes or something. And sometimes you make those moves, you think they are really cool and they are really good, but in the past you realize that it was actually one of the moves you giving the enemy team quite a big lead. So, but sometimes you need those games to realize that and maybe rewatch it, and Muffin is dropping in those Marines on the red base to deny more raid production after killing 3 raids on the base of Arrogance. Those guys don't want to hold me down. I think that's it's really looking like I'm playing a 1v1 versus somewhere, and somewhere is ahead right now. It is really cool. And those rocket launcher Marines are not going to stop.
Tell me, why are you recalling a red bar army?
I need to drink a little bit of energy drink because I'm going to night shift today. My last night shift on the Friday night, and I love it. I love my work. Yeah, I mean, Marines are not scaling pretty well versus raids, especially not when they are Tech 2, and I was thinking, I saw the Tech 2 raids right now. And sometimes you have those games you're gonna go full clown mode, and this is one of those games. I mean, Muffin right now is not pulling in the full clown mode button, but he will do in the future, which means in any second when you see what Muffin is doing. Arrogance, never playing. I never see Arrogance using unexpected strategies or confusing strategy to outthink the enemy or getting him on a good position to fight. This is why he is ranked so high in Sunray tier list, because Sunray says I'm not that high because I'm pulling off the clown mode, but that's on my person. I love to pull the clown mode button sometimes, especially I don't want to take this game too fucking serious in some situations. if my teammates are getting hurted, sometimes when I'm not taking it too serious, I can pull out the full tryout mode, but sometimes I don't feel like it. And you definitely will see it in the next videos. And this is why you don't see that much normal games on this channel, because those normal games would have been too boring to watch in my opinion. And this is why I think you got the best content over here. And I love all of you guys, all of the fans, all of the followers. I love all of you.
Let us get there early, bro.
So Arrogance taking a second base. I got Sangre back on my base. Who kind of thought that he was going back to me? And Muffin was saying, Orca, why are you building ramps? Why are you building ramps? And I'm building ramps because it is necessary that we get the air war. And sometimes the Marines are too slow to help in those battles. And when I'm expecting they are going double ramps, which they absolutely do right now, it is important in our favor to go double ramps, because when we have the air lead, we can double or with 4 summons pumping out banshees, and then we wouldn't have had any problems to fight tech to raids because the other guys already lost the air lead. That was the plan behind that, the thinking behind that, and you might say I'm wrong, but I think that's a good way to play it. And that's what I'm talking about. Muffin is pulling out the full clown mode button. And we're gonna see vultures. We're gonna see vultures in a high level lobby. The first time I pulled out the Marines. Muffin is the vulture man, I guess, right now. What can you do else? And this is why I love this game. Almost every unit besides of the vulture, the grizzly or the scarab has a place in high level lobbies. Sometimes also the hornet or the hawk. That's not that often, but you kind of see it, especially in Trooper Unit C mirrors. But vultures and scarabs are not that high rated. You never saw them. You might see it when like one team has a big lead, like we had in the beginning, and then you can pull out those clown mode buttons. So, but the good thing is when we have the air lead, Muffin has air with the vultures, and they cannot do anything about it. I cannot do anything about it. Pulling out my ram spray. And now we have a good fight with the Marines under the rams. But like imagine I wouldn't have had rams right now. We would have had lost the air lead and we kind of would have lost the game. Muffin is taking a second base behind that. In front of Arrogance second base. So Arrogance will not have any problems to double pump ramps, and our rally point is way closer than their rally point, especially when they have a D-bomb and they cannot pull the unit through. But those tech 2 armies in those kind of games can be really annoying. This is why I decided to take a shield, and this is also why Arrogance decided to take a shield. And those guys actually don't know what's going on over here. They didn't saw a single vulture right now, but Muffin's base is gonna get stripped really drastically by Attack 2 Prophet. Who is that? Who is that?
Lager aufgerüstet. Alle Einheiten. Alle Einheiten.
There we go, the first virtual. The one-man army and a raging Tech 2 army.
Alle Einheiten.
Yeah, those armies are really annoying.
Alle Einheiten. Alle Einheiten.
It is really, in my opinion, it is way too cheap on Tech 2 Rage. Because, I mean, the title is Cheap Rage and it's really cheap. So he pushes off. And triple cavalries usually never have a chance in the late game, and we have, as you can see in our team, especially when we are double expanded in the triple cavalry team. Don't have any expansions out right now. Maybe they have expansions right now, but the odds are not that high that they're gonna win the game, because more time the game goes and the less damage they do. The odds are more in our favor. I mean, you can say what you want, but they did a decent amount of damage from Muffin's base. But they didn't realize that Muffin already has a second base with 5 heavy pads on it. Yeah. 4 heavy pads, my bad. So if Muffin wouldn't have had that base and would have taken those damage, we will still have a favor, I guess, but not that amount of we are having right now. Because on that point the game is literally over. They never get the elite back, even with sending in those leaders. And this is a free ramp catch over there, and it's GG. Simple GG. Not the smallest move from Songway there, but I guess it wouldn't matter that much. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope I see you guys in the next commentary on this channel. Later.
Alle Einheiten. Alle Einheiten. Alle Einheiten. Alle Einheiten. Alle Einheiten.
Befehlt uns.
Alle Einheiten.
Welche Richtung? Befehlt uns.
Alle Einheiten.
Was?
Alle Einheiten.
Was? Schnappt sie euch. Basis ist aktiv.
Lokale Einheiten.
Basis wird zugeschaltet.
Alle Einheiten.